Hello, everyone. Welcome to RGL Div-2 Grand Finals. Or Grand Finals, I'm stupid. Excuse me, Round 2. I'm so used to Grand Finals happening faster, man. This is Round 2. It is Milkies against Straight Boys in Denial. Uh, yeah. I'm Unicorn Wizard. I'm joined by Terry. How you doing, Terry?
I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward to this matchup.
Yeah, this is... I've me and you don't really know anything about Milkies, so for
That is
everyone,
not true.
what do you know about
It's okay.
Milkies?
I
You
mean,
said you
hey,
didn't know anything about them.
no, I said I didn't know their roster, even though I scrimmed them, dog.
Okay,
It's a
what do you
little
know about them?
different. A
Tell
little
me, tell
different.
me.
All right. So, in my opinion, right, we got Milkies here. I personally thought of them as the number 2 team throughout the entire div, only behind Plump Punch. Of course, a little bit of drama around these parts with the playoffs and all those happening, Plump Bunch being disqualified, therefore putting Milkies into the number 1 seed. So, I mean, like I said, I thought of them as the second best team in the div the whole way through, and now that Plum Punch is gone, I would put them as the favorites, not only just by seed alone, but just based on their roster, their practice regimen. These guys scrim like 6 nights a week. It's actually just insane. Bloody streams, like all of it. So they are hard workers, up and comers, as they say. But then, not to knock Straight Boys into denial either. They got some gamers on their side. They went like 9-7 during regular season. So, Milkies went 12-4. They had 2 meetings in the regular season. Milkies won the first one by a score of 5-0. But the more interesting one was during week 8 when both these teams played on this map right here, Process, and it was a 5-4 victory for Milkies. So much, much closer the second time around. And I'm pretty interested to see how this very first map will play out, just because it is a run back of basically 2 weeks ago. So we're gonna find out how much has changed over the last 2 weeks between these two teams here.
Yeah, so, like I said, I don't know too many of the players on Milkies. I believe your words. Straight Boys in Denial are the classic team, like, has a lot of good players with good DM on it, but as, like, playing as a team, it's a little iffy. You said they went 9-7, which isn't bad, obviously, but it's no 12-4. So we'll see if they can actually play well as a team or rely on their DM.
Yeah, I mean, I think the very fact that the second time these two teams met up, it was much closer, leads me to believe this should be a close set, a great set even. And this is, as you mentioned, upper bracket round 2. So the winner is going to go into upper finals. They are going to be playing Cat Posse, the 6th seed, with Shining Star and friends. Loser will drop down into the lower bracket. They're going to play the Bradman Bunch. And it's actually going to be a huge deal, not only for obvious reasons, just because, upper bracket, one step closer to Grands, but because Div 2 is top 6 double elim, you have to play like 4 more best of threes. I think we had the bracket up on stream earlier, so everyone saw that. Like, you gotta play. There's still like 6 more best of threes, best of fives to be played in Div 2, whereas all the other divs got like 2 or 3 more games, or 3 more series at most. So these guys are gonna be playing like 2 best of 3s in a single week, like within like a 3-day span, and that's going to be absolutely exhausting. So you certainly don't want to have to go through that gauntlet. You'd rather just punch your ticket easily into, upper bracket finals.
Yeah. No, yeah, 100%. Playing, no matter how much you enjoy the game, playing constant, intense best of threes, like, decide your season it never really feels good.
Yeah. But we do have all 12 on the server. We're just waiting for these gamers to ready up and go live. As far as predictions go, I mean, I will go with what I said previously. Once again, I had scrimmed both of these teams throughout the whole season. I felt that Milkies were just a little bit more coordinated, a little bit more, I guess, hungry, considering, again, 6 nights of scrims a week is actually just insane. Someone said they're getting a rare question mark.
I'm pretty sure he's trolling.
That's trolling. All right. So I will give this set to Milkies. I think I think they'll be able to win process. I'm just not sure about Gully Wash. So it's only a matter of do I think Milkies will take it in two maps or three? But let's go with the 2-1 here for Milkies as my prediction.
Okay. That's yeah. I mean, based on I was just looking down the results and everything else. I agree with you. I think that Straight Boys can definitely get at least one map. They definitely have the skill to do it, but Milkies just seem like a more well put together team. And yeah, although they have Straight Boys have Messiah ringing, which could change things. Messiah is a very good player at basically every class, so we'll see if he can, especially on Process, because Process is one of those maps where if a scout's going off, he can really just take the game into his own hands.
Yeah, this is very scout centric. At the very same time, though, you don't want to discount the Blue Scouts at all. BBC, aka Big Bank Campaign. Not sure how many times we're going to say his full alias throughout the match, but him and Scarves have been a very formidable scout duo. Again, I thought second in the division only to Plum Punches, Don Dorito, and Kanai. So I feel like those scouts on Milkies are the players to watch. And then on the other side, I feel like Azion and Riro are the players to watch on their team. Riro, off class extraordinaire. He spins the wheel every other life. He'll be playing Sniper. He'll be playing Spy. I can guarantee it.
Okay, he's gonna play Sniper. He's back in the server as Kenny S. All right.
Yeah.
And he also, I asked, I told him I was gonna cast if there's anything I should look out for. All he said was he is running the spoon. So Riro, for anyone who doesn't know, Riro is a very, very good jumper, demo and soldier. So just keep an eye out for him to be, flying around the map, making crazy plays, or just doing stupid things that he thinks will work because he has confidence, which, sometimes that's all you need on Roamer.
Absolutely. And then I guess the other thing to highlight will be the medic battle, sort of. You got Luddy on one side, Slice Rogue on the other. But we're going to go live, so I won't even get to go into detail about that. Who do you want to watch on this very first middle?
I'm going to go on Aiden's cam. I'm going to regret that, and what's his name? Rio's going to do something crazy, but I'm on Azion's cam, the classic demo POV. Hits the ramp rollout, nothing too crazy. Good damage onto Gunna's biggest fan, and nothing too crazy yet. Good pressure from Red, actually, but as I say that, Riro goes in and gets taken down. And now Red is all backed up into a corner.
Yeah, Red got kind of blindsided by one of Blue soldiers going from their own sewer. Now only 3 alive. Slice Rogue gets cleaned up. Luddy and friends just recollecting themselves on the point. Just this one soldier not able to get any frags, unfortunately, and that's going to be a mid-win. Pretty clean one for Milkies to start things off here.
Yeah, they took some early damage. Their demo especially was hurt. As I said, there's a sniper beacon one, but he's just going to get backed up. They took early damage, but recovered really well. Had their scouts take high ground, didn't overcommit anything really, caught Riro, and then immediately collapsed on everyone else who was stuck in the corner. And this is, a full Uber push into a sniper and a gun.
Yeah, Milky's just regrouping by 1, it looks like, and buffing up their players. Looks like this Uber is coming in through 1. Here comes the U's. They don't have much right now. In fact, no kills. They haven't even dealt with the gun. Azion goes down, though. That's not a good death for Red side, as a scout just stands on the point, gets it about 90% capped. How are Red responding? They are not just going to let Blue cap it out, and there we go. That's a quick 1-0 in favor of Milky's.
That was very close to being really good for Red. Their gun was pretty passive, so it didn't really deny the point. Blue's low bombed in to get Azion, but then immediately died. So if that gun was a little further forward, I think win that last fight. But 1-0.
All right, we have another mid developing here. Soldiers high flying in the air. Both sides kind of crossing their paths at the same exact time. Kenny S, aka Riro, being the first death, and then Slice Rogue following him up. So once again, really dominant start to this mid from Milkies here, as the soldiers on Red trying to salvage the situation. Azion goes down last, and another mid win, another convincing mid win. Luddy still alive. Milkies just strolling on into 2.
Yeah, Riro had a nice bomb in, good pressure, and he's in again. Oh no. Wanted it. Yeah, he nice bomb in, but his team either didn't cap Fertilizers wasn't in option 2, and as I say that, they are going into last.
Both soldiers died. And now
Look where-
Slice Rogue, oh my gosh, Slice
Yeah,
Rogue
this
dies
is
very,
a-
very
they lose
late.
this.
Yeah, I don't think the late tap on second is gonna really matter when you killed pretty much all the important classes, yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're 3 minutes into this game, Unicorn, and it's 2-0 already.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the mids. When you lose both mids convincingly, this stuff tends to happen. So they really need to just, I don't know, figure out what they're doing on mid. I'm gonna see what Rero's doing. He's been bombing in really early. Maybe he's gonna wait, or... Oh no, he bombs directly into a scout. But that's the scout who dies. Good focus, and they take down the demo.
Ooh, Azion coming alive. 3 kills for the red demo, man. Luddy goes down as well, so if they can keep Slice Rogue alive... Oh no! BBC comes in late and picks off the medic, so... Hey, it's still a first step here for the red team. They're gonna take mid for the first time. Even Uber situation. So it's not the end of the world here for Milkies.
Yeah, no, definitely not. They won't be able to take second unless one of them feeds right, unless someone on Milky's feeds right here, and it doesn't look like that's gonna happen.
Rero's already on the sniper, so hitting the wheel, nice and early, setting up in their corner. Soldier trade.
Yeah. Oh, he craters. Soldier trade in IT, nothing's gonna come of that, except maybe... No, as I say that, I was gonna say Rero may be peeking a little aggressive, but he is super passive right now, all the way back in choke almost.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the mediguns to see if there's anything funny going on. No, both medics playing it vanilla. And we're just gonna have to wait for this stalemate to break. I'm imagining that it's gonna be in Rero's hands on the sniper rifle, so he's peeking choke. Not really getting much to shoot at right now.
There's no pressure on... Well, okay, now there's a little bit of spam, but... He had some free space. He could have gone sewer and gotten a free shot, but no reason to rush. You're only 5 minutes in.
Yeah, absolutely plenty of time to kind of regroup, because like I said, those first 2 rounds went by in like no time flat. Now they're just trying to get him some shots from sewer. Blue team doing a pretty good job just shutting it down from spam rather. And I'm trying to find where Rero's rotated. He's peeking deep through IT, so if there's a scout on the ground there, it could get his head chopped off. But Rero misses the shot.
Yeah, again, no rush at all. Just rotate Rero until he gets something. Or you can try to bait someone, just like this. The soldier here, he's caught off, and he should get... No, he lives. Alright. Good job from Dam, I guess that's his alias, to not die. I don't know how in the world he stares down 3 players and doesn't die, but whatever.
Yeah, so we're going to be here for a hot minute. Well, actually, red team put their heels really, really aggressively, trying to catch out this scout. Bro Team Shake hitting the rockets, actually dying to BBC, so I guess a sack, and Saya able to slither away thanks to the beam. But now Milkies are going to act off of this 1-player advantage, going off 6v5 into a sniper on mid. Not really the greatest idea, but Milkies are going to elect to walk forward and use Uber. A really, really smooth milk from Slice Rogue, down to 14 health before popping. Luddy with a nice surf in return to just yeet himself out of the choke, but now things are just going to reset, and it was just an Uber trade. Nothing really, nothing important came out of it.
Yeah, Slice Rogue milked it really well, but now... Oh, as you say that, they just get destroyed in sewer. There's another one behind them in sewer, so they're about to get a third goal for it. Yeah, they take down Cerno. Is that how I'd say that? Crino. Either way, yeah, 3 picks. They just they wrote really fast, which is really good, and Milkies weren't ready for it. They might try something here. Okay, well, Bank is dead. They're just pressuring the demo. Look how deep they are. Messiah is dead. They have all this time on the point. Everyone on blue is like 30 health with the exception of the scout.
Asian got a crucial pick though onto Luddy. Slice Rogue just coming up on Uber now, so with only 2 players lying on Uber, they're going to secure this round. And,
shoot the sticks. Uber the scout, shoot the sticks. There you go.
And here we go, 2-1. We have a game. You got an achievement, dude. Triple play. Let's go.
Yeah, that was a lot better. They didn't feed players, they aggressed as a team and just kept getting people on Milkies to bleed, which is exactly what you should. Riro taking demos back, which is interesting.
Just stealing it away. He's hungry for the packs on the logs.tf, but kind of a passive middle from both sides. Kind of taking crate control from the scouts on blue. Actually, blue has all the crate control, so they're just in position to deny these soldier bombs, but they aren't really coming out right now. Red team is kind of scattered all over the place. I saw players in choke, players in IT, and they will lose Luddy, but they will pick up 4 frags in return for it. Just Leasty also, so Slicer died, either cratered or killbound.
I think he killbound.
Yeah, they were really, really scattered. I saw that once Milkies took control of crates, there was like pockets of players all over the mid, and you know, that's a recipe for disaster when the other team is playing really, really close-knit.
Yeah, on the bright side for Stray Boys in denial, they did, Riro did, towards the tail end of that mid, pick up Luddy, so it's not going to be a complete roll, but it is going to be a a last to second, you know, hold.
Yeah, and I'm seeing apparently there's some audio issues in the chat. Apologies. See if we can get that figured out as the game continues to run here. We have a defensive sniper on the field. We got a heavy from Riro, so Uber's basically dead even. I'm expecting, well, Kryno's gonna get headshot as a warning, and he'll just have to back up buff and probably go for a sack. Probably a 2-man, I'm expecting, but we will we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, they can take their time with it, because... Oh, they just used in, okay. They're gonna kill the heavy, which is good. But they take Luddy in return, so
Yeah, a little bit overzealous there with their positioning, as Slice Rogue evading the soldier that's on top of him. Oh, takes 130 damage, but the soldier electing not to shoot him. Really interesting there. It looks like it's going to work out for them. No, it's not. They have all their players just grouped up, trying to pistol down this demo. Leasty will get the kill. That's going to be a successful last defense here.
I don't know how Slicer lived, honestly. There were like 4 people all staring at him.
No, yeah, that soldier landed on him, got Slicer down to 20, and then he jumped away to shoot something else instead of finishing the kill on Slicer. So that was very interesting. Luddy's going to grab a frag. Love to see the medics get picks. But mid will go down. Riro, or second will go down. Riro's flying in.
Wait
he
a
is
second
so
here.
deep.
What?
He is drawing so many eyes, and he's just jumping around. And he's pretty much just bought his team mid for free just with that space. Soldier was hiding by crates, manages to escape. And we're just going to see mid get capped down, Slicer full Uber, Luddy only at 60%. They are going quickly through sewer and probably taking an Al-Qaeda push.
Yeah, they're in really deep without having to use, but the longer they take, the closer Luddy's going to get, but they should get second here, no problem. Although there is a fight going on mid. What's his name? Dam is fighting it against Riro and Messiah, and eventually does get taken down.
Yeah, and as we say that, Milky's electing to take an aggressive Uber out through their own rollout. They are -1, make that -2, as Luddy just has to turn around and run away with the tail end of that Uber. This is a pretty big advantage here. Yeah, Red is flooded in through the 5-door, putting pressure on the last cap. Stickies get dead. BBC, ooh, shoots down Messiah, but unable to stop the cap, and just like that, I mean, we're all tied up, so.
Yeah, that was, it's the same thing that happened in the first round that they won. They just played way better as a team, slowly got picked. It wasn't, you know, everyone died at once, but they would get 1 pick and slide into more, and it's all tied up.
We have some fast bombs from the blue soldiers here. Expecting to take the right corner. They're eating a ton of spam. Slicer down to 18 HP. This basically will win Milky's the mid, because like their heals and their demo are not in the fight at all. As I say that, frags being traded. Yeah, PBC picks up 2, and that soldier is probably gonna crater. Yeah, he just get pistol down. And yeah, that spam damage from the blue projectiles was crazy. They shut down the red medic, forced him into sewers at the start of the mid, and that was just kind of easy pickings from there.
Yeah, I don't know how he eats that much spam. Maybe it's just unlucky, or maybe it is really good focus. But regardless, same thing as we had last round. You know, immediate steamroll to last, even Ubers. Let's see what they do. Last time they just spurred in, and it ended poorly for them. It eventually ended with them losing the round. So I'm thinking they're gonna want to try sacks. Riro's already on spot.
Yeah, Riro on Spy, working his way into the lobby through the 4-door. I think blue team's just going to push aggressively low. They have walked deep in 5, so
they don't
will
expect
Luddy
it.
get
Riro's
backstab? Willie gets the
he
backstab.
almost gets the demo.
Almost got the demo, but his job is Brass Beast heavy from Leasty here, looking to pick up something. No one's really giving him the time of day. Actually, Gunna is caught in the other team's nest, trying to get a scout kill, but he's going to land right on top of this heavy. The soldier shoots him down, and that drop was huge. Slicer got a free Uber, and Straight Boys in Denial able to retake their second.
Yeah, Spy. That's all it is. They got the ground well, but didn't turn around, and Riro, smart play. 25% ed with Gunna's being down just until just now. They might just want to go dry, which it looks like they're thinking about. Yeah, they're doing
flooding
it.
Through
Everyone's
IT.
up top. Oh my god.
Whoa, okay. The soldiers to both sides. This is just going to be a scout city right now. But red scouts have the height, or they had the height momentarily. Who's going to win? The next pick decides it pretty much. But they have to be careful. Slicer was coming up out that Uber really soon, so they don't want to get caught.
Just using them right now. They're all dead, but they're not doing it.
And now Luddy is up to 90%, so by the time they get in here and use, Luddy should be able to grab an Uber, and indeed, that's exactly what happens. Now we have a trade going on, the soldiers are flying in. Again? Oh, okay, I thought all 4 soldiers died again, but at least he's trying to get on top of Luddy with a pistol. He gets cleaned up, and it's just Azion left alive. That was really wild. Like, just all the fighting going on, and Azion's team taking a little bit too long, letting Milkies get that Uber for the trade, and as a result, they're gonna lose second. Yeah, Riro's on Spy again already. So yeah, I told you, man. He just does it whenever he feels like it.
He is gonna know what the Ubers are, which is nice. It's not a huge disad. 30 you can definitely move off of, but Slicer shouldn't feel too bad about it. Uh-oh. He's gonna get the demo. He's not gonna get the minute he wants the demo. Yep. And no one shoots him, whatever. That should buy time for Slicer to get Uber. Hope. They're not really in a position to move. They're not already taking lobby, because if you know you have small ad, you already want to be in lobby in this situation, and they're
it looks like they just don't want to push without their demo man. Or if they do, well, actually their demo's here now, but they still have a very small window. There's a sniper, there's an NG, and a heavy. Here comes this Uber through the 4-door. They haven't even dealt with the gun.
Oh no! Oh, thank God they killed the NG. They do kill the gun, but they immediately get the trade for it, and now Uber coming up for Slice Rogue. They immediately get 3 kills, 4 kills. Leasty on the Brass Beast, just mowing everyone down. It is just a demo and a medic running away. This could be a death for Luddy. Oh, they're not going to chase. That's interesting.
Yeah, they're just going to elect to cap up Spire. They're content with just, I guess, playing out this even Uber situation here.
Yeah.
Unless they're just walking through choke. Scouts are clearing the stickies. Here goes Brotein. He's in really high bomb, landing on top of the soldier. That soldier goes down to 35 HP, and that has bought...
Soldiers are out of the fight for now. They have the high ground. Yeah, MILKIES just needs to leave. That's exactly what they're doing. Jeez, that dry fight actually incredibly good for Straight Boys.
They're picking up steam.
Yeah, they're taking ground. They're not really bleeding. They're pushing as a team. I'm almost tempted to say their Uber pushes are worse than their dry pushes. Not even that they have bad Uber pushes, their dry pushes have just all been super successful.
So now we have the classic 3-2 stalemate here. Straight Boys and Denial in control of mid. Soldier's gonna become flying, and here comes Riro. He hits a first rocket, hits the second rocket, and he gets the drop. Absolutely huge from Riro. And I mean, dude, red team's just coming alive over the last 10 minutes. They've just it's tied up 2-2 after going down 2-0 in the first 3 minutes, and now they have full Ubercharge advantage to attack second with.
Yeah, you can just bait here if you're Slice Road. You can just hang out and, you know, a little back and choke, because you know a soldier's probably going to come for you.
Yeah, and there he
is.
Gets cleaned up, only got about 60 damage in onto Slice Rogue. Scarfs is already on Engineer, trying to set up, get that 7th player to level 3 before this Uber comes in. But I mean, Straight Boys and Denat are gonna go quick, even though Rero does go down there. Shouldn't slow their push down one bit.
Yeah, then here they go in. They are still down Rero, but they wanna make it work, and this they're already out.
Man, they traded their demo for a sentry pick. Not ideal. Oh, big flank there too.
They just decimated on that.
All right, Rero's on the class. Third time's the charm. I don't know if he'll be able to get last. Looks like he's just gonna have to go for the pick. As he's decloaking, he's slowly waddling up and he gets cleaned up. So no third pick for you, Mr. Rero. Try again next.
Yeah, this should essentially just be a free mid for MILKIES if they don't, do anything stupid. And they're not, just taking space, pretty slow, clearing angles and such, and it'll be a 70% Uber ad going into a second push. Rero is on Sniper, from Spy to Sniper, and he's on Pyro.
They use through
he's actually on Pyro.
Yeah, but this MILKIES Uber, not great. In fact, they get 0 kills, pop through the lower IT door without hesitation. Unfortunately, Red was nowhere to be found. And that basically just sees the Uber percentage. I'm going to keep my cam on Rero because he's on back burner in the forward still. So.
I think his idea was that, MILKIES maybe would have a better push or chase a little more so he could just back burn them, but that's not... Yeah, didn't happen.
He's just firing flare gun. Oh, well, he's got the rest of his team behind him.
What?
And he kills the soldier that was jumping in on his medic.
They just push out for free.
They do stop the cap. Yeah. Detonator kill into back burner frag for Rero. Looks like he's running back to spawn, so no more pyro shenanigans out of him. We'll have to wait another 5 minutes before he brings it out again. And kind of weird that they had a pretty significant advantage that they just gave up. So once again, content with holding the 3-2 stalemate for at least the next little bit here. We're just under 10 minutes in first half.
Yeah, this should, in theory, kind of slow down a little bit. We should see some sacks, a roamer here and there, maybe a double. But with the way it's been going, I don't think this shouldn't slow down too much. Although, what's their name? MILKIES are the driver's seat right now. The mid is always the team that should sack, and they are. Great shot from Protein to stop that sack. But no one is really in a position to go. Rero was, and he's just
goes. And he's dead. The soldier special, where you shoot the rocket at the ground a little too hard, and he's gonna go down. Just a classic counter sack play. And we might be doing this song and dance for the next little bit. Actually, Kryno going in, not really the greatest of bums. Looks like he will manage to escape through Al-Qaeda, and yeah, he's gonna actually let his scout do the sack instead. So maybe Scarf essentially wanting to go to a pick class here.
Yeah, I'm assuming Rero. Here he comes. And
all
right. Yeah, he knows. He knows.
The frustration wiggle there from him. As we'll have things reset. Scarf's not electing to go on a different class, so I guess we're gonna wait here until someone flinches first.
Yeah, and this is just very much how both teams have been playing. MILKIES have been playing it smart, but not super fast, whereas Straight Boys just go in. Rero gets chased down on the flank, and they have all of this space with a soldier behind.
Yeah, and they're still pressuring IT with their heals there. Where is the soldier that is behind? Messiah is looking for him in one. Messiah has spotted it. Dam is in on top of the medic. Gets the drop on the Slice Rogue.
Good work from Dam. But they're getting that crunched here. They're gonna lose. Okay, Protein. Just
dude, he gets an achievement too. To these gamers on Red just grabbing their achievements.
Good pipe from Gunna's. No one
Did
else.
Did he hit that one on the soldier too?
I don't think. Maybe.
Okay.
I figured it was just Rio jumping around, but maybe.
Well, it seems salvaged their situation despite dropping Uber there. The rest of their gamers got in, got 4 picks, and the force out. So we are back to square one here, Unicorn. Just a 3-2 stalemate as the server stutters a little bit for me, but maybe that's my internet. But we are just waiting for... Never mind. Blue soldiers are flying in, and... Is that just me, or is the server? Okay, it's the server?
Yeah.
Alright, so the soldiers have gone in. Kenny is bombing, counter bombing. He picks up a soldier as well. More achievements. Protein Shake is unstoppable with them as 3 players down on MILKIES, including their demo. Straight Boys and Nile will retake mid here. And I was gonna mention this earlier, like maybe MILKIES electing to slow it down just a little bit. You know, you went up 3-0 in the blink of an eye, and then all of a sudden, red team came roaring back. They need to recompose themselves, I guess, in this ever important first half. 6.5 minutes left to go.
Both teams about to have Uber, and they're just going in. They do not really care. Maybe they're just making room for a sack, which they are. Riro's in. He gets a kick onto the scout, and now he's just in one behind them while the trade is going on.
Yeah, very precarious situation here from blue team. They don't want to get sandwiched by these gamers. Luddy's going to go down in rollout to Protein Shake on a 5K, and this should be the collapse from the rest of blue team. Might be a full wipe when all things are said and done. Although this soldier is, well, he trying to get his kill, but Slice Rogue only
Good
60
try from
HP.
Dam.
And with only the heavy and the demo up, we should see red team cap this one out.
That's gonna be the half. And
okay.
Broken got 4 achievements that round.
He's just the power of the achievements, man. It fuels you forward. So, I mean, it's got to be said, Straight Boys in Denial absolutely crushing it right now. They took 3 straight rounds after going down 2-0 in literally 3 minutes. Their adjustments, I guess, especially with their like Ubers and post-Uber fights, have really been the key so far.
Yeah, it's been really something to see, especially because they immediately went down 2-0, in 5 minutes, and it's, the mid fights haven't really been their forte, but everything else, it seems to me that Straight Boys have been just in control every other step of the way. When they're sacking in, even if they don't get the sack, they're always ready for the counter sack, and maybe even to get a pick while someone is trying to put spam down. So they're playing this a lot better, I think.
Yeah, it just seems they came alive and they woke up after those first 2 rounds there. Riro especially making huge plays on Spy, even the Pyro kill, which was really hilarious. But we are at halftime, the US style classic here for our Team Fortress 2 competitive 6v6 shenanigans. This halftime could last 2 minutes, it could last 2 hours, hopefully it doesn't last 2 hours. But yeah, I mean, as far as the first half goes, that was pretty much as advertised, extremely close.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very curious to see how this keeps going, because if it goes, the way it has been, this should be a pretty relatively clean 5-2 for Straight Boys. But if MILKIES can figure out, what to do aside from the mids, it'd be pretty good. Yeah,
so we're gonna see, I saw the stats on the stream for just a split second. Oh, those are the wrong stats, unfortunate. I'll probably try and bring them up on my phone. I want to see who's winning the mids. It seemed like MILKIES still had mid wins. I want to say like 3-2 or like a 4-1. That one mid where like red was corralled by their sewer at the very beginning just from spam alone. But there's really not much else to talk about right now. We're just waiting for these teams to ready up.
There's the right one. And I hopefully fixed my mic. It probably is going to break in about 5 seconds, so I apologize for the Transformers sound it decides to make. It doesn't like mumble. It really doesn't like mumble, but regardless, I'm looking at these stats. Let's see what we got. Protein putting out a really good amount of damage, although, what's his name? Gunna is putting out, over 6K, which is pretty good. Although no, actually, never mind. That's heals taken. Forgot that was a stat. No, he's doing really good. 17 and 7 for a demo. Yeah, That's really
Yeah,
Azeon.
17 and 7, 270. Beyond 12 and 8, only doing 90. So the demo difference is actually a lot higher than I thought it would be as far as, the game has been going so far. It seemed like both of them were doing the same amount. I'm trying to find out any other, anything that sticks out. Luddy, 7 deaths, Slice Rogue, 8, so pretty much even there. Like, 10 Ubers to 9. Nothing really, nothing about these stats really jumps out to me, I guess, besides the demo DPM difference.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring up the logs on my own. It's being slow. Let's see. I guess the only thing that I can kind of see to talk about is the difference in scouts. Leasty is, the best scout in the server right now. It's not that, the scouts on the other team are playing bad. He's just, top scoring right now. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of all over the place, honestly. There's nothing. The only thing that sticks out, honestly, other than the scouts, is Gunna's stats versus Azeon's, and that that just might be due to the fact that Straight Boys have been pushing a lot, which if you're pushing into a demo, he's gonna get some good damage. Whereas if you're a demo and you're following your roamers and your roamer and scouts into a push, by the time you get into a good position to do damage, maybe it's already over, or you just won't get as much done because they're running.
Yeah. And I was right. I looked at the mid fights. Milkies had 4 mid wins to 1 for Straight Boys and Denial. For those tuning in, the score is 3-2 for Red Team, Straight Boys and Denial at this half. So, Protein is just continuing to farm these achievements. I thought this was a 6v6 server, not an achievement farming server. But Luddy has readied up his side. We're just waiting for Leasty and Riro's side to ready up, and we'll get going here with the second half. I don't know. I just feel like Milkies have been winning the mids, obviously, and then they've just been struggling a little bit with the post Ubers.
Yeah, I think this first, the first mid won't tell a story unless Straight Boys win it decisively. Because if Milkies win it, we're going live. If Milkies win it, that's just par for the course. That's what's been going on. But if Straight Boys have figured out their mids, this might be a pretty quick second half.
All right, and we're gonna fight. I'm gonna give it to the Riro cam. Maybe he's gonna do something funny. Kenny S doing the fast bomb. And he has done it suboptimally, as they say, but he's just gonna jump forward, try and steal the other team's pack. Actually, going into their IT. As I try and rotate around to find out what's going on the crates. The blue team has control with their scout and their soldier. They have gone in. Azeon goes down. Luddy dies to the Riro bomb, so the flank working out for him. But it looks like his team will collapse as a result. Only Slice Rogue alive. Will he survive?
I think
He's giving him the long juke, but this scout is in.
He's very dead.
And yeah, now there's a soldier, and this is actually really, really bad. This is going to be extremely long respawn for him, as Blue will have an advantage to work off of as well.
Riro went for the spoon. Did not work out.
That dude, another achievement. He just cannot be stopped. It has to be a new
Steam account, right?
I mean, he's on my friends list, so.
Can you? You can reset your achievements.
I did not know that. That's next level. Make your opponents think that you're a big noob and haven't unlocked those TF2 achievements. But as we are watching this stalemate here, Red Team gonna push the issue. They're gonna start by losing Protein. Azeon almost gets air shot, so a pretty strange decision for a 2-man sack there. It should give Milkies free reign onto second, and their Uber had 35%. They could translate this into a last push if they go quickly.
I think they're going to. It's a 40-ish, 40 to 30% ad, and Riro's dead. Yeah, they're already trying to peek in here. They're in. They used.
Oh, but this Uber is not the greatest. They do pick off the gun. Scarf should kill a soldier as well. Well, they're getting cap time, and Slice Rogue's only at 90%. The scout is in his face. He is not on the Uber saw, so any melee kill's not going to work out. And Red Team has collapsed. Only 2 alive. Azeon and Leasty are not able to hold the fort as Protein gets yet another achievement. And MILKIES have tied the game right back up, 3-3.
There we are. Win the mid, win last. It's the story that was in the first 2 rounds. I want to see what Rio does this time, because last mid he went behind, which isn't bad. It just opened his team up to a lot of aggression. So he is doing the exact same thing. He's a lot faster this time, though, so he might be able to make something happen. But MILKIES are getting really deep across. Protein's in this time, too. Scarf's taken down, and Luddy's dead. Protein is going off. He gets taken down. So now they just need to protect Slice Rogue, and if they do, as I say that, he dies.
Apologies, Leasty and Protein have swapped their names. I do not have casting essentials, so Protein Shake on my screen is actually Leasty. Apologize for that. Regardless, though, Leasty or Protein picks off Gunna's biggest fan, and that late demo death is actually going to be pretty big.
Is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I'm aware. Okay.
So
Protein's on Scout, Leasty's on Soldier. All right.
I've been singing the wrong players' praises.
Leasty's farming achievements. 20% ad for what's their name? MILKIES, but they are on their own second, so probably just gonna see both teams get Uber, and then Rio fly in is my guess.
Yeah. I doubt they will take this aggressive advantage into the other team on the mid, especially when the game's all tied up. You're not in a position where you have to make a move right now, even though you're on your second. Here comes the Soldier flying in. He gets cleaned up. Rero down. How will Blue respond? Probably just a counter sack, I would imagine. And here goes the Soldier. He is in. He hits a pretty good first rocket on Slice Rogue, but a nice surf from him. Surfs away to safety. And I'm going to bet you that Rero's going to spawn on a funny class real soon. And there it is. Sniper.
His sniper actually hasn't done much.
Yeah, I was going to say, has he hit a headshot?
No.
I mean, he hasn't gotten a kill with a headshot, that's for sure.
No, he was on sniper once in the same situation. Didn't do anything. I think he died or his team fed players or something. So let's see if he can, redeem himself.
Yeah, make up for the lost time taking shots through the sewer door. Again, blue team doing a pretty good job of just aggressively spamming those doors and just putting pressure on it, not letting Rero get free, free sight lines. He's waiting for his teammates. Ooh, he had a shot potentially. Unfortunately, again, the spam from blue pretty much pushing red away from shutter doors. I mean, it's still on Rero's shoulders to open things up for his team here as he's rotating around to IT side. There is a Soldier and a Scout there. They're pretty hurt. There's the headshot.
Scout and Soldier down. It's not free, but that's almost a free. Demo might get caught out here. I think they get forced. Slice Rogue is way too far forward. He's going to get forced. Messiah eats a pipe that was not even meant for him. Protein is chasing with this Uber. He is going to take down Scarfs. Now they're just going to have to bail. They shouldn't take this in the last, even though there were 3 down spawns and... as I say that, they're going.
And they're out.
Yeah.
They walked in through 4 and walked out through 5. This Soldier really, really aggressive, though. Just, again, bullying the other team away. And Rero has not died yet, so that is going to be a factor if Blue decide to take a push anywhere. He's actually 19 health, almost died to the spam rockets from Soldier in rollout. But as it stands, no frags get traded out. Bank is on the Engineer. And they're actually just sitting in nests, so they are fearful of this sniper. If Rero walks into lobby, he's not really going to have a chance to shoot anything. He is peeking 1, though.
If they stay here after building, I don't agree with this. If they just came here to build, it's fine. Make sure you don't get caught off with an over. But if you're going to stay here, you're really denying your player's heals. And he's going to drop down. Okay, we're fine.
Probably just didn't want to get his head chopped off while building Uber.
Yeah.
And Rero still peeking 1, hits a body shot onto the Soldier. They know where he is, and actually, the Soldier does die. This gives Rero maybe a more aggressive opportunity here.
Yeah, I don't know what that decision was. He eats a body shot and then hugs the wall right where he got shit. I don't know, but yeah, regardless, Rero's gonna maybe get a better angle. Sees a Scout.
He's peeking through 5, doesn't get it. And no counter sniper on the side of blue. They're just keeping their regular classes except for the engineer. And again, Riro's going to hit another headshot. So another soldier pick. They're letting Riro walk in 5.
That was really good bait by Leasty. And they take down the soldier. The gun's still there, but like, it's a 3v5. You take down this gun, this might be it. But Riro being on sniper really makes this difficult. They do get the force out of MILKIES, and they're just chasing Riro with the Uber for some reason.
And Slicer did not get forced whatsoever. He's just fine and dandy. It rotated back into the lobby, and now they can just wait and wait for everybody to get healed up and then take an Uber advantage push. So nicely done there by Red Team.
Yeah, Riro is still stuck on sniper. He is hitting shots though, so that's not too bad. Scarfs is actually on sniper now, which is interesting. Gonna hope to maybe get a drop as the push comes in.
Oh, he had a chance at it.
They know he's there. Protein dies, and Leasty is always... This is a horrible Uber. They need to bail. You need to be gone.
Well, I'm watching Riro get collapsed on by the soldier, and wow, I mean, they had a great opportunity there, but dropping 2 players into the Uber, 1 to the sentry gun, that just pretty much spelled the end of that right as it started. Oh, and the soldier.
They wanted to destroy the gun before they Ubered in, which makes sense, but with that sniper, Slicer really couldn't commit heals, and 2 of his players just got caught off by spam. And yeah, sometimes you just gotta commit, but either way, 50% ad for MILKIES as we're coming into mid here. And yeah, they look to just be taking it relatively for free. Riro is still on sniper.
Shocked. I'm shocked that MILKIES were able to just walk in through their own IT with basically no pressure. The red players, I guess they were down a soldier since Riro's still on sniper, but they pretty much let them walk in for free. Now the soldier trying to land on top of Riro doesn't get the kill actually, and now these these blue players are kind of scattered and their health isn't the greatest. Luddy has committed as well, so they pop a really poor Uber here. Slicer now just finally popping off his counter Uber. And I'm trying to see who's going to get the better end of this. There's a scout caught. He is still alive. Finally, the pistol gets him down. And now Leasty's bombing forward, gets air piped for his troubles. And this should be a mid capture here for Red Team.
Yeah, Blue did the same thing on that second push that Straight Boys did on their last push. They kind of committed, you know, they put people in, but no one fully committed. And because of that, they took damage, they lost a player or 2, and then their Uber was terrible. So sometimes you just gotta go. Riro's still on sniper, peeking in through Al-Qaeda. Look how deep his entire team is.
Yeah, they have posted up really, really aggressively. No pressure this time from the blue soldiers, although Messiah does go down there, so that's a pick. Red Team's going to have to back off a little bit.
Nice
Slicer has a small advantage here. Oh, but here comes the blue soldier and the scout. And they're dead. They gotta be careful. They could get crunched here in choke. Scarf's turning around. Manages to get back to second. And now Riro and Leasty pushing through IT aggressively. But he's trying to hit shots on the soldier. Actually, Protein has won, and again they have forced Luddy to pop his Uber way earlier. Riro finally dies on the sniper, but this Slicer Uber is gonna pick off the man, so even if they get nothing else as Luddy goes down, this was gonna be a great Uber for them anyway.
Yeah, there was a soldier behind, and I believe that was that Dam? Yeah, that was Dam. And he tried his best, but couldn't make anything happen. Now everyone is just kind of fed. They did get Slice Rogue, so they should be able to hold this last. So not everything is lost. Leasty is in and immediately out. So we're probably just going to see both teams get their Uber.
Yeah, so just a slip up on the side of Straight Boys in denial there. After Luddy went down, they had regrouped on the side of Spire, but one of the blue soldiers bombed in from rollout, got the clean rockets off, and killed Slicer, which has equalized this Uber situation. But now, you know, Red Team in control. They're the ones attacking last. They can send Riro in for a sack, have him go, you know, whatever class he wants, and work from there.
There's no way. Yeah, it's what they've done every time. Riro sacks in. They don't really do double sacks unless they're unintended. Like, you know, maybe a scout gets caught off or Leasty, and here he goes through one on the demo. Almost hits the air shot, but.
Alright, what class do you think he's spawning up, Unicorn?
Spy.
Spy? You think it's the fourth Spy life here?
I'm putting my money on Spy. But while we wait, the there's not really... Oh, here comes the sack from counter sack. He's immediately destroyed. He's not dead yet. Finally gets taken down. He goes sniper. Okay, I was wrong.
Yeah, so maybe, you know, feeling himself after reeling in a couple of headshots on his previous life that seemed to last forever because he just wasn't dying, playing super far back. Was going to take his chances again, peeking in through lobby headshots. The soldier in 5, immediate dividends.
I didn't even realize this gun's going to get spammed down.
And the gun goes down too. Absolutely huge opportunity here for Red, although their players are kind of hurt. Where is this Uber coming in? They're actually just going to walk through 4. And they get the force from Luddy Erst again.
Wow. That's really bad for Blue.
Yeah.
The gun is still up. As I said, it's taken down. Just stick the point and you should win. There it is.
Yeah, so the story of that round, as we see Straight Boys in Denial go up 4-3, match point for them, is the fact that in even Uber situations, they can pop at their own leisure. They wait so long, and Sliceoak just gets the option to milk away and wait for any chance he wants to pop the Uber. They're forcing Luddy really, really early. Although they still have continued to struggle on mid, so we're going to see what happens there. And Rero dies instantly.
Yeah, he got called out. He bombed into the other team's sewer, and there was a soldier waiting for him.
The old chess match here. How will Leasty try and salvage the situation, getting on top of Luddy?
Really good damage.
Super, super close.
This
and
is
now Azion's in a corner, and Blue Team have lost yet another mid.
Okay, I don't understand how Dam doesn't die there, but whatever. Sliceroak does live. Rero goes in and dies. He wanted the spoon. He hasn't gotten one yet. He really wants it. Ubers are going to be relatively even. The only thing that... Hold on. Peeking in lobby already. They already take down the gun.
Down?
This is... Yeah, this is good aggression. They're shoving left.
They could do whatever they want. He could turn this into a two-man sack, and that's what happens. Well, I mean, they've committed, actually, so... Luddy does pop now. This Uber... I mean, they don't have any kills with it. They're gonna get the Pudas, as the rest of the blue soldiers are just flying in the air. Bank goes down, Gunnas goes down. It's just Luddy and Scout. Scarfs has to do everything here against 4 players. He is not able to do so. I thought that what Blue was going for was like they were taking position through 5 and thought they were going to throw like a body or 2 at the other team and then just run away. But instead, even though they got the force, Luddy committed. They used an Uber that wasn't really the greatest for them. Didn't really get any kills besides the heavy. And then it all just kind of fell apart from there. So
yeah, maybe they weren't sure exactly what they were going to do. You know, a lot of teams or just main callers or whatever can get caught in you know, they get caught in that mindset of, well, we'll do this, and if this happens, we'll do that. No, you really need to be confident in what you're doing. Most if not all of the time. Otherwise, you do get caught in, and that happens. You get forced and then wipe. So, 20% ad coming out of Slice Rogue. Probably not going to do anything with it. You know, they're up 4-3. They don't need to do anything super risky. They still might because that's just the way they play, but yeah.
Soldier bombs in, lets the other soldier fly in. He gets taken care of. Slice Rogue with a nice serve. And now the red aggression. Looking to push through choke, maybe? They're just posting up. Slice Rogue was hurt, still recovering from the bomb. And Rero goes down to the stickies and choke. And like the longer this goes on, the longer these teams do these one-for-one trades, that's only going to benefit Straight Boys and Nana, considering they're in the lead right now. Damn, or Nick's little bomb in through Al Qaeda, not really a committal of any sort. Yeah, it's not crits, right? No, it's Uber. It's Uber.
No, it's Uber.
Now the soldier goes down. Rero's in once again. He's flying in.
Oh my god.
He's stealing health packs. He's still alive. Yeah. He finally goes down. But yeah, I mean...
MILKIES should really try to get, you know, a little bit deeper, at least with their combo, or maybe just get spam from someone else, because they got locked out of choke by Azion. And here comes the soldier. It's a great shot from the Leasty. Just stops him in his tracks midair.
Yeah, eventually, MILKIES are going to have to do something different than just the singular soldier sack, because you know, again, time is not on their side. They are the ones down around here, and every single unsuccessful sack is just more time off the clock, and it lets, you know, Rero potentially do something disastrous with the Market Gardener.
Ah, here we are. Dam is on Sniper. That's new. I don't think they've... No, I think Scarfs has sniped very briefly, like twice, but this is the first, you know, even Uber situation Sniper I think we're going to see coming out of MILKIES.
Yeah, it's the first one from not
Wow.
on last, and instantly just body shots that scout, standing still, probably not optimal, and now he's going to rotate through sewer. The soldiers bombed in through choke, just looking for information. Where are the gamers? Hero goes down yet again, as, I mean, it's on this blue sniper here. He's got to try and hit another shot. He had a shot on Slicer, and they actually get the force out. How will Luddy's counter Uber respond? He's going to get bombed. He'll get popped. That soldier goes down pretty early, and this should be, you know, a post-Uber fight win for MILKIES, so to speak. They're going to cap up second. They're trying to go fast. And the soldier for 10 seconds on red. Messiah on the sniper, looking to peek in through 5, and that's exactly where they're pushing. Never mind, they have canceled it.
Hanging out. Well, they know where the sniper is now. Although, really good pressure coming out of MILKIES onto... what's his name? Messiah. As I say that, he gets headshot down to 1. The snipers are just missing shots at each other while they get buffed. And there's also a gun in play.
Classic sniper duel.
Rero speed shots into a soldier and takes him down in 5, so they're just going to have to give up lobby. Great play. And here's the spy. Spy sniper NG.
Just red team things, just Rero things. As we'll see, Rero work his way into second. He's on stock, right? So his gun will run out or his cloak will run out very soon. All of blue is congregated on the stairs on Spire, so this is either going to be a chain stab or absolutely nothing. He's going to walk forward. He might get the demo.
Okay.
Yeah, he grabs the demo. Should get cleaned up, but I mean, again, Rero continuing to make things happen on the pick classes. At the same time, though, I mean, they're not really going to send their other soldier in for a counterattack when Rero has just died, as we are approaching, you know, 10 minutes. So like I said before, at some point, MILKIES need to have a big play going for them and not just keep trading 1-for-1. That's only going to benefit Straight Boys in Denial the longer this goes on.
Yeah, they don't need to panic yet. They are still pushing last, but you can't get in this mindset of, oh, you know, we'll get it eventually. It's us pushing last. You really do need to make things proactive. And now a soldier's dead, so their push is going to be canceled for at least, you know, 30 more seconds.
Now Messiah try to peek lobby aggressively on the sniper. No can do. And yeah, I mean, if I'm red team, I'm pretty much content with the way things are going. Like, yeah, you're stuck on last, but blue team is doing nothing out of the ordinary. They're just throwing one player at you at a time. And you know about the sniper still who hasn't died. They are paranoid about the spy, but Rero actually on soldier for once in this match.
Yeah, it's just sniper v sniper, and dude, he's on spy again.
Never mind, I spoke too soon.
He's had like one.
I missed it.
He eats a scout scatter shot, thinks they don't see him, continues, eats a rocket, and then just stands still and waits to die.
Well, you know. Ooh, Messiah is gonna chop off a soldier's head. They were trying to spam the gun through 5. Another headshot gets rung out. I think that was from the offensive sniper this time around. Rero's on spy again.
Still on spy. Okay.
This is a pug.
Yeah, Terry, maybe you've seen the video. It's one of my favorite videos. It's a video of I think it's a match. Maybe it's just a scrim when Sideshow was still playing. He goes spy, I think 3 or 4 lives in a row. Just keeps dying and dying, and eventually drops the medic.
Luddy has spotted him now. This spy's not going to get anything. He's still alive, actually, but, well, actually,
I don't know what that was
down on red.
Oh, my.
Although they did have to use their Uber, and Slice Rogue is A-okay, but it's just him and Azion, so this Uber has to do everything. Messiah's just about to respawn, and, I mean, well, they pick off Scarfs, and this soldier should get cleaned up. It was really hurt. Blue team is staying in here. We're going to see if this works out for them. No, this should be a cancel from them. All the red players have finally respawned. Got to be careful not to get crunched in lobby. And that's sort of what was happening. Soldier going down there.
They're down 2. People, people might meme on Slice Rogue. The only reason this round is not lost is because he melted so hard. That's the only reason. So that was really good out of him. They're pushing out. They should just take second for essentially free now.
Yeah, that decision to essentially drop 4 players and trust that they would be back in time was huge, and it paid off for them. They didn't lose the round, and we're back at this song and dance. The 3-2 stalemate here. I'm hoping for Milky's sake that they do something different than just the single soldier bomb, because again, we're now 7 minutes now. So
yeah, we're now officially. So for those who don't know, we're at the time when the match time is shorter than the round time. Which means, what's her name? Straight boys don't need to do anything. If nothing happens in 7 minutes, they win. It won't go to overtime. The round won't reset. They can just sit here theoretically. Great bombing in force, though.
Wow. All right. So you bomb a soldier in enough times, he's eventually going to get the force. That's exactly what happened. Sort of a 2-man there with BBC going in as well. The rest of red is posted up by Choke. This soldier is trying to bomb in top of the demo. No can do. Scarfs cleans him up. Uber gets used. They could get crunched in Choke here. Oh, and it's just Azeon and his medic Slice Rogue is caught in IT. He actually gets the pack.
Wait a second here.
Pistol's a bad weapon, but it doesn't matter. Scarf's able to grab it. Now can he protect his own medic? Ooh, 2-shot onto Messiah. And now this secures MILKIES with a considerable advantage. Probably going to be like 25% by the time Slice Rogue is up. Although he wasn't healing for a little bit. And wow, Blue's just going in. They don't care. They're not going to wait. Yeah. They pick up 2.
Brass Bees, let's go.
Brass Bees,
let's go.
Well, he's going to get a kill. He picks up 2 kills. He's not going to be able to stop the point, though. And all right, it paid off. Eventually, the tag style bombs gets the force out when they needed it. They picked off Slice Rogue late, and we are all tied up 4-4, just like their Week 8 matchup here. This is the final mid. Well, I guess outside of Golden Cap.
Yeah, I want to. Riro's going quick. No, he's not. Excuse me. He's playing this one passive. That's interesting. This is the first mid. I don't think he's gone in immediately. Oh, they're baiting the bomb. Both soldiers, hit each other midair. Nothing too crazy. Great damage. Riro goes down. Uh-oh.
Yep, story of the match has been the mid's Azeon bombing in, trying to do whatever he can. Not quite enough. Only Protein in on the medic. Does about 25 damage into him. Alright, Unicorn, do you think that these guys will change the map before the STV catches up and we will be spoiled?
They actually made it a rule. RGL implemented a rule earlier that if you mess with a cast anyway, and that includes changing the map before the STV catches up, you're assessed a penalty.
Oh, so okay. Alright, well, nonetheless, MILKIES are in position to win this map number 1 here. They are working their way into lobby. Gun, there's a heavy. Comes the Uber through one, the Pyro. Deny them for a little bit. Goes down. They get the gun as well. There is still a heavy, but they're just putting ×4 on the cap, and they win it outright. MILKIES taking process 5-4. What a comeback in the second half. I mean, I know they were only down 1 round when it was 3-2, but still.
Yeah, that was, about as close as it could be. I'm gonna look at those mids.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think one of the biggest contributions to their victory here was the mids. I think I'm gonna guess that Straight Boys in Denial only won like 2 mids total.
Yeah.
Alright, and we are just getting word from our production that we are going to try and restart the stream to fix the audio issues. Apologies for that. So we'll be right back. Hopefully those will be all fixed and we'll have a clean rest of the night here.